Yeah.
So that the passive procs during the projectile time of the attack. It's a much cleaner way to do it.
I mean, we talked about this middle lane and how Mag wouldn't necessarily win, but he's still got 36 CS at 6 minutes in. Not to say that Quake was far behind, but nonetheless, he's definitely doing a really good job of it, yeah. Quakefa just going to ball to the tower to make sure that he stays safe.
And in a game when you have a Storm Spirit against you, getting the early farm is nearly more important than the late farm because it's harder as the game goes on to farm.
Yeah.
So like him securing the Blink Dagger earlier is way more important than like pretty much most of the other items.
Oh, FNG, he gets the bounty run. That's got to be so annoying for Quakefa. And now he's just getting body blocked. Look at this. This is so BM.
That's hilarious. So Sing's kind of come to mid to try and get a bit of experience while leaving Bulb at top.
I mean, whenever you can rotate to a free lane as an offlaner, or even like dual offlane for that matter, obviously Phoenix getting 6 as soon as possible is what you want.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to have to delay it. And ideally, you actually want like level 9, because you want max dive and you want max spirits. Laser's okay, but realistically, it's hard to get a good laser.
Phoenix obviously been played in a professional game, so I don't really know what to expect.
I think they actually kind of want to fight, but at the same time, Quakefa needs his Orchid. Like, his Orchid timing is going to be pretty impactful. Ideally, you want it, like, latest 15, 16 minutes, right? Like, if you haven't had a really bad landing phase.
When I've seen Quakefa play Storm in the past, he doesn't actually worry about his Orchid that much. He ganks whenever, like, 7, 8. Like, he should go for a gank soonish with the TP scroll.
Oh, FNG going to the rune here. Sing is nearby. Quakefa could probably transition over here too if he wanted to. Stomp, gonna make contact. Mag going in the river, get the skewer and a shockwave on the ball, but cancel cast the RP. Doesn't need to commit it to get that one kill. Quakefa now silenced. He's going to be the recipient of the RP. Mag picking up the double.
Huge.
Sing not able to really do much for his team here. He's going to have to be backing up. Pycat, though, actually made his way towards mid.
So Lil is actually level 5, and he had 2 points in silence at that stage, like against Storm Spirit. Holy crap, you just saw the impact of it there.
This is pretty standard build nowadays.
Yeah.
A lot of people used to go like 2 points and then
max an
extra point into bolt, yeah. But now it's just all about the silence, realizing that the disable early game against heroes who rely on that
and it's the amplification of damage. Like Magnus' shockwave did so much damage there because of it.
Yeah. They actually buffed the level 1 Ancient Seal, I think, by a pretty good margin. So the percentage that you get at level 1 is way higher than it used to be.
Yeah.
But the scaling of the silence duration is still way too good. I think before Ancient Seal was like 15% at level 1. Now it's 30, which is completely insane.
I'm not too sure on that because I'm not a Skyrack picker.
Well, I'm not either, but I've played Pycat infested inside here. Ball a little bit off the mark here. He's going to get silenced near the tower. They pop Stampede. He's actually going to be fine for the time being. Quakefa almost forfeiting his life. He's still got Ignite, though. He didn't ball far enough. The Ignite ends up taking him down. Sing's going to go ahead and dive out of here.
The silence again doing so much work, and Lil actually lives.
Yeah, that Stampede was very nicely timed by Phobos.
I guess that's one of the weaknesses of...
I mean, the thing is, the Ancient Seal actually stopped him from getting a Vortex off.
Yeah, yeah.
So instead of being like pulled during the duration of the Stampede, he just ended up walking away, which really hurts. BB Polar definitely getting the better end of the laning phase here. And we talked about how their team fight's still extremely scary, and Illidan's working his way towards what I can only assume is a Mask of Madness.
Team Tinker are kind of fighting into them, though. Like, in both the fights we've seen, like, Team Tinker have been nearly instigating it.
Yeah, but I mean, their team composition can fight. I mean, you don't buy, or you don't get a Lifestealer to not fight, you know? Mag, the skewer brings Quakefa up to the high ground. His RP gets canceled. Does he have enough damage to kill here? He's going to eat one more Remnant. Bottle charges up Quakefa. He's committing fully to this. He's going to get the kill, but he's definitely going to trade his own life for it. He gives away a little bit more experience to the supports of VP Polar.
Oh my god, Skyrat's level 6.
Yeah, I mean, the supports right now are definitely over-leveled on the side of VP Polar.
Well, EGM's been doing work, actually. He's been farming away. Quietly, though, but farming away nonetheless.
And Mag has Blink Arcanes at 10 minutes. That's pretty insane.
Yeah.
3-man smoke here coming out from VP. Making their way towards bottom. Sing's still not level 6 here. Pycat, he's going to reveal the smoke. Are they going to be able to kill him fast enough? The silence is there, right into a Mystic Flare and a stun. I mean,
yeah.
You can't really ask for a better kill than that, right? Like, that's pretty much outside of the Storm, who died anyway a little bit earlier. That's who you want to kill.
One of the weaknesses of Ancient Seal is you actually have to be quite close to cast it.
Yeah.
And with a spell like Stampede, it allows you to gap close so quickly that you can kind of surprise people quite a bit.
Yeah, there was a split second there, I think, of reaction time.
Oh, Mag with the blink middle.
For Pycat, yeah, he's going to blink away from the ball. But a lot of that stuff, like, it was daytime, but they were still smoked, so you have to react extremely fast to stop that kind of thing.
So Illidan's been kind of quiet, just farming away. He's got his Mask of Madness with his threads.
His team is actually like NASA, just creating space.
Yeah, it's really impressive. I asked Hani yesterday, like, what's the most important thing for teams in this patch? And he was saying, like, basically the team that's the most active usually wins. So if you make them react to how you play...
I think it's kind of always been that way, though. It's just that people didn't really realize it until recently. Because whenever you're the aggressor, even if you end up losing the fight, the other team basically has to either go back to their lanes to farm, or they have to find an objective to take after the fight's over,
it's harder,
which case you don't really have anything in the tank, you know? Like, you don't have anything left, so... I think this patch maybe reflects it a little bit more because of the gold that you get. Ooh. Nice rage from Pycat.
That was ambitious, though, from Mag.
Well, I mean, they've caught him a few times, right? So why not keep going for the plays?
True. Keep him on his toes.
Yeah. The Sting finally hits level 6, which is good for him. He's got another ring, so I'm wondering if he's actually going to go... You can't really go mech build anymore.
Soul Ring, maybe?
Well, you can go Force Staff, you can go Hood into Pipe, which I think is reasonable against what VP Polar have. But I don't know if he's actually going to go that route. We'll have to see. I don't know, like, what Phoenix... does he even really make?
I don't know what Phoenix is doing. Like, obviously, I've played against it in pubs.
I know what you mean.
I'm just... Like, when does he kick off? He's 0-0-0. Like, does he farm a little bit more? Does he wait for an item? I don't know.
Oh, Koifa falling in bottom here. He's going to find Lil. Teleport reaction coming in. It's going to be the Faceless Void. Oh, the Skywrath actually doesn't have solo RP on the Sing. He still has Supernova, but he doesn't have any spirits out. He's buying a little bit of time here. He gets a stun on one. EGM swaps the other way to try in the fight as well. Time Walk coming out from Illidan. In the meantime, FNG ends up getting a kill on Bulba with the help of DK Phobos. And 3 down again on the side of Team Tinker. They're just getting dismantled in the early game here.
When you have a hero like Phoenix, who like literally just came into the game, do you think like picking him is kind of a risky thing to do? Because you haven't played with him before against a pro team. Like, is it okay, you've played this hero loads of times in pubs?
'em? You should be able to make a relatively smooth transition into pro games because it's communication between your team, right? Like, you have a common goal, whereas in a pub, you're kind of just doing your own thing. So as long as you're mechanically skilled on the hero, I think you should be able to. I mean, he's got a kill. He's died once. He's not necessarily like feeding or anything. It's just we haven't necessarily felt the impact of the hero yet. And I don't know if that's because in the early game.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're kind of ones making the game.
FNG is almost level 8, and he's got Urn Arcanes. Like, it doesn't seem like a lot, but just feels like they're spreading themselves a bit thin here. I mean, Bulba is not level 6 yet either. So.
You were talking about the Orchid timing, and I think it's going to be like 22 minutes.
Yeah, it's going to be extremely late.
Yeah.
Which, without the Orchid, you still have to worry about Sphere, Blink RP, Stampede, and Skywrath. Like, you want to be able to take at least one of those things out of the equation. And if you don't have an Orchid, your solo killing potential is almost non-existent.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these heroes are just going to be flat out too tanky, even for a Storm who has mid experience to be able to kill without gear. So, if that's the case, then I think VP Polar are going to be quite nice position. Sing, tanking another gank here. He's going to eat a Stampede and a Skywrath combo.
Can I just say, Lil on the Skywrath has been everywhere. Like, he's been mid-twin in he's nearly been in every single kill. 8 out of the 10 kills.
I mean, that's what a Skywrath brings you, right? Like, the capability of being extremely mobile and just punishing other heroes. I think maybe the Skywrath is something that Team Tinker wanted to think about banning.
Or picking it from...
Profit and something else. And maybe like they were scared of a 5-man strategy coming out from VP Polar because that kind of does counter what Storm is meant to do.
Yeah.
But this Skywrath is just doing so much work.
Holy crap, Mag nearly has his 4 stuff as well. It's going to get scary.
Yeah. Illidan's got his Mask of Madness, substantial amount of time. Like, you want the on-demand survivability of the item.
They only have like a tiny bit of damage over time on the Ogre as well.
Yeah.
So you can toggle pretty easily. Like, I think Pycat was playing Lifestealer the other day. Do you remember that game? And he was so farmed, and he toggled for like 40 minutes.
Forever. Toggled the entire game, actually.
Ridiculous.
I think Pycat's going to be relied pretty heavily upon here. And you still have the combo of being able to infest into the Storm. Like, the way that Team Tinker, I think, get back into the game is just trying to find those picks. And being able to jump on heroes like Skywrath and the Ogre is still a little bit difficult because of Stampede, but you got to try to make some. Team Tinker's Woods, Koigfo with a 6th Sense there, just decided to back up. And right now they're kind of lacking vision. They only have a ward mid.
One thing I'll say, though, the way they played Lifestealer the other day...
Stages of the game. But we'll see if Sing's able to make anything big happen.
They won a game top.
Illidan going for a solo Roshan attempt here. He does have a double damage at Mask of Madness, so he actually will be able to get this quite easily so long as nobody interrupts him.
The new health bar looks ridiculous on Roshan.
Yeah, it's quite large. It almost looks like a regular Nintendo health bar.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, exactly.
It's not very high tech. Come on, Valve, you can do better than that.
It's orange as well. Like, it's not even red. Dear God.
All right, well, free thing here.
Stuff like this is huge, though. Like, Tinker do a 4-man smoke with Sing Sing pushing the lane, and he armleted before he got inside of him.
Yeah.
So his health was ticking down the whole time.
Oh, they're going to ball in bottom lane. They're going to go for FNG. Pycat almost no HP here, but he does heal up very quickly from a couple of fused auto attacks. Top in the meantime, Night Swap coming out from EGM, making sure the Skywrath combo and the Magnus ulti don't get a kill there on Sing.
That's pretty big.
Bottom lane. Illidan finding a kill on Pycat. He's going to use the Sphere. Koigfo almost out of mana. The Mask of Madness move speed might be enough to catch him up.
Two TPs.
The bash! Oh, Illidan turns. That auto attack range, that was like 400 range away. Are they going to be able to get a return kill? He manages to time walk away. Oh my God, that was a disaster. That was just complete disaster for Team Tinker.
Them bashes.
That bash was unreal. Like, not only did he hit from extremely far away, but it was a first hit bash.
You were talking about Ogre's farm and the fact that he has like... Okay, well, he has a lot of more items now, but at the like 12, 13 minutes in, he had mana boots and an urn, and EGM's only finishing his urn now. He did go for a medallion first. Still, like, it's not looking great for...
Ideally, you want to be able to pressure even a core to be able to say, hey, I will kill you if you're farming alone.
Yeah.
And he's not going to be able to do that with this level of farm.
I don't know, it's looking a bit grim, but then again, when you talk about high ground defense, Tinker's high ground...
Silence, and the Skywrath ulti. Sing has that mech. He's going to keep him alive for the time being. The mech does so much damage. Is he really going to die to this? He has the ulti. Oh man, that is not good. They're going to find another kill on EGM inside of the river. DK Phobos and Mag securing that.
This is very convincing from VP.
I mean, VP haven't killed any towers yet, but they also have a composition that transitions extremely well into late game. So I don't feel like they're that pressured.
They're not worried. Like, they have Empower for Void late game. And even Empower on Centaur, who like usually builds kind of strength items as well. Like, it'll do a lot of damage.
Illidan potentially looking for some kind of kill here. He's almost got BKB. Like BKB, Mask of Madness, Maelstrom Treads, 22 minutes in.
It's ridiculous.
That farm.
And Quick is not really scary at the moment as well. Like, if you're VP Polar, you don't mind farming on your own a little bit. Once you can see, 3 or 4 of Tinker, like, I think Quickfa has to go with, say, EGM or Bulba to go for a gank push.
Oh, they're going to find Quickfa again. Can he get the silence off fast enough?
He has no mana.
Quickfa balls away. Yeah, but do they know he doesn't have any mana? That's the thing. I mean, it's nighttime, so as soon as he goes into fog, he just
That's true.
he's gone,
Yeah.
Couple of wards here from the side of Team Tinker. One in the middle, one inside of the woods, so they have some aggressive warding going out. It's just a matter of being able to find something here. Like, who do you kill? Like, Phobos has 1,600 health and 10 armor, and he's a Centaur.
Surely Finesse.
He's got BKB on the Void as well.
And Agents. He is immortal.
It feels like the only option for Team Tinker is, like, get one core item on the Storm, like, finish your Orchid, and just go all in. Like, try to smoke, push the lanes out, go for something, and just see what happens. I mean, fighting into an Aegis Void is going to be tough, but I don't really think they're doing themselves any favors by trying to delay this. No matter how much Pycat farms, he's essentially farming against 3 cores. There's going to be a sphere used behind the tower here. EGM going to be going down for sure. Finding the swap hero instead of taking him out instead of trying to go for somebody else.
Like, if I'm Mag here, I don't even mind getting like 1-2 mana or piece. Just get the picks and then get the towers off, because that's the first tower of the game for VP.
Yeah, but I mean, the golden experience for VP Polar is just got to be insane right now. Yeah, 7,500 with only 1 tower being down, right?
Yeah, so. But against a Storm Spirit, getting early towers is huge, because it stops his rotations to the fight at this stage of the game. Like, if they're fighting, say, in their jungle, and he doesn't have a tier 1 top to TP to, because he doesn't have bots, like, it's a lot harder for Quickfit to back them up. He has that Orchid now, though.
Yeah,
so.
He's got Orchid. Pycat's got Armlet, SNY, and Midas, so I feel like this is the time where they actually want to start trying to kill. I mean, this is the most ideal time to make something happen, because at this stage, Quake is about as strong as he's going to get. And if you don't get some kind of momentum out of this Orchid pickup, then it's basically just used as a farming item, right?
Yeah.
And again, you can't really hope to just out-farm what VP Polar have put together. So I'm a little bit concerned that Team Tinker, well, at the moment, are positioned very well on the map. Like, they're taking advantage of what presence they have right now.
But they're being watched the whole time by this ward in the jungle.
Yeah. Like, VP Polar know what's going on, but it's better to be positioned here than on your side of the map and letting them take your towers for free. So at the very least, they're trying to make something happen. Like you said, that ward's scouting out pretty much everyone. Teleport to bottom lane. Quick on Pycat going here on DK Phobos. He's taking so much damage. Not going to be able to live through that one. The tower does go the way of VP Polar. FNG is going to be able to make his way out. Top lane in the meantime, EGM being the recipient of another solo sphere. The poor guy just can't catch a break. I think he's only died to spheres this game.
He's not having a good time.
Like, he's either swapped into them to die, or he's just been sphered.
Are you happy with that? Phobos for a tier 1 tower bottom?
At VP, yeah. I think you're happy.
Okay.
Team Tinker losing his safe lane for nothing. Force Staff and Blink into a 2-man RP. Mag also has a BKB. Skewers 2 into tower range. Sing does not have mana to ulti after using the mech. Pycat, he's running out of here. He's got the SNY and the Armlet. Oh no, the Bash Lord. Double Bash into Fire Blast into dead.
Okay, so FNG nearly has Ags as well. So Ags on top of the Skyrat seal. Like, people will just...
Okay, is Lil actually going to solo kill Quakefa here? All right, never mind. There's a Spirit. We're good. Sorry, go ahead.
Ogre nearly has a Zaghanim Scepter on FNG, and with the Skyrat silence, I think anyone dies.
Yeah, probably.
Like, anyone. Maybe not Bike-Up, but holy crap. It's kind of fallen apart for...
You wanted to go in or not?
Yeah, he kind of went up and was
back and forth. It's like, I don't know about this. It's going to run the other way.
Yeah, is it like super greedy to go for the jewel lanes? Like,
I think Elder Titan Phoenix together was the greedy part.
Yeah.
Because the heroes are both good in their own right, but they just wanted the opportunity to try to run Phoenix, and they didn't have another like good laning support who could actually either sit in the lane and do well or roam. Elder Titan doesn't really roam, you know? And if you have to take the Venge away from bottom, then that means that the offlaner from VP Polar suddenly is able to get a lot more. So I think like either way, they would have been punished. So yeah, I guess that does make it a tiny bit greedy.
Okay. Like, it didn't seem to help Sing that much. At 10, 12 minutes in, he still only had like 4 or 5 CS. But he still manages to farm up a mechanism and a plate mail. It's pretty impressive.
The mech is kind of weird for me though, because it takes like almost half his mana pool to just mech.
But once you supernova, you have full mana.
Yeah, that's true. That is definitely true.
So, Pajkat is sitting inside of Quickfa. I guess they won a game.
I mean, this is the point where you kind of have to, right? You can definitely tell that.
Did you see that?
You're just feeling the...
Quickfa's like, give me your TP, EGM. We're going top.
Oh, he goes top. They're going to find Lil. Very, very easy kill coming out from Team Tinker. Mag and FNG are nearby. Are they going to go for the RP? No, Mag RP's the ground.
Okay.
He's not going to be able to hit Quakefa. Maybe he just misclicked his blink. That was really bizarre.
Nothing
he didn't get hit.
Yeah, nothing canceled the blink.
Oh, Stampede.
He still has
used
blink
for retreat purposes.
Okay. Just a misplay from Mag there, I guess.
You know what could have happened is he might have clicked too far. Like maybe he wanted to try to get both or something like that. And then he just didn't blink because he clicked too far away and then hit R. I think that's probably what ended up happening. Because his hero didn't even turn. Like he was still facing the same direction. He just RP'd the ground. So unfortunate.
Maybe it's just a, I can do this and we can still win the game kind of thing.
It's like, I'll show them. I can RP the ground and we're still way ahead. But yeah, it happens. Happens to the best of us, so. Sing, he's working, I guess, on Shivas.
Yeah.
Pretty standard Phoenix item progression, at least from what we've seen in pub games.
You icicle them all, and then ulta. It slows their attack speed.
Yeah, and he also kind of needs the base mana for his mech. Because otherwise, I guess you can still use all your abilities right now with 520 mana, right? Just barely.
Well,
yeah, so it's 310 for everything else but the mech. So actually, no, he doesn't have enough mana. Oh, Sphere. He's going to hit up Highcat. He wants to go for EGM, though. Illidan's going to have to retreat here. He can still get swapped out of the TP. EGM not able to get close enough.
That level 1 swap range.
It's still like 700. It's pretty long. It used to be 550, right?
Yeah, it's like, it's not that long. It's pretty.
It's for a level 1 ability, it's decent.
And Venge is kind of slow as well. Like, without Tranquil
She's 295, right?
Yeah.
Well, tier 1 offlane going the way of VP. Things continue to look
okay, so VP are actually just slowly but surely taking towers.
I mean, the thing is about their lineup is they have Bloodlust, they have Empower, they have all their cores are melee. So instead of only benefiting from the damage portion, they also all get cleave. So whenever they're not fighting, they're effectively farming all over the map. Like Mag just empowers somebody, they go to a lane, they push it out really hard, and then they come back and they're like, give me another Empower, you know?
Poor Mag.
I mean, it's a really well thought out draft coming out from VP. And I still feel like Team Tinker's lineup had the potential to do well. It's just, if the laning phase goes down the tube so badly, like it did in this game, you don't really have much of a recovery mechanism. I mean, your only potential really is to gank.
It's Storm Spirit and Lifestealer together.
Yeah. I mean, that is your game, essentially. And Illidan is just monstrously farmed at this point.
He has the items. Yeah. So he can just, run around Chronosphere, one person, get a pick, no problem, and then do it again, and it's kind of in 60 seconds.
Well, he wants to try to do Roshan, but he's going to be spotted here.
The minus 10 armor.
Yep, just from having a spirit on you. Armor is gone.
Mag is actually going for that refresher orb as well. I think once he gets that, like, he'll have double BKB in these team fights. Like, what can stop him?
I'm not really sure. I think Mag has just been playing Stellar like this whole phase 2, more or less. Like, very seldom does he do something like really bad. That miss RP might have been the worst thing I've seen him do. And lucky for him, he was in such a advantageous position that it didn't matter.
Yeah, it wasn't like the last second of the game, kind of everyone bought back. And FNG as well, finishing that Aghanim Scepter on Ogre, oh god.
Yeah. It's looking a little bit scary right now if you're Team Tinker, but they're smoked up. They're probably looking for either positioning smoke for Roshan, like maybe try to get a pick on somebody and then just go in, or just stop the VP from trying to do it, because at this point, that's really all they can do.
I actually really like Ogre with and Magnus with the Void, because it allows Void to go more passive defensive items like Aghanims and Blacking Bar and still do the deeps.
Oh, Illidan. Ooh, what's the Sphere?
It doesn't even matter. 55 seconds is up again.
The other thing, too, is like they actually still have Centaur ulti for disengaging.
Yeah.
If the fight is going so badly that they just need his flat-out run, so.
Did the Tinker say, okay, it's go time? I think so.
I mean, this is their opportunity, if any, right? The unfortunate part is Sphere only has a 60-second cooldown with Aghanims. So if they're going to go, they need to go, like, now. They drop over on the high ground. They pretty much see what's going on. Team Tinker actually moving inside of the pit.
Okay.
This is super risky, man.
You gotta risk it to get the biscuit.
Yeah, I think they have to do it. See how well their positioning is. 2-man RP, Bulba and Sing Sing both caught. Sing gets swapped out. Pycat actually just getting hammered on right now by Illidan. Sing goes in. He's forced to pop the Supernova, but he's actually just going to die inside of it. Earth Splitter going to hit on Illidan, forces him away. Team Tinker is still pushing forward here. Double buyback on their side as well. TPing to the tier 2 right now. Are they actually going to be able to make anything big happen here? Looks like VP want to go back in. Lil's the only one on their team who's actually fallen in this fight so far.
They have the urn to get them back up into fighting shape.
They needed this Roshan so bad, Team Tinker, and they've expended 2 buybacks to get it. If they don't succeed here in some way, it's a total disaster. Like, having to buy back on 2 heroes in of itself and not getting anything major is already bad enough.
And the Chronosphere is up again as well.
I guess the only silver lining is Pycat didn't die. That's it, right? Like, that's the only good thing you can come of this.
I guess so.
And you stopped VP from getting Roche.
Okay, so Refresher is the next item on Illidan. The amount of control they have late game, they'll have 2 Refresher orbs. Oh god.
I mean, the level of farm is the thing that's the craziest, right? Like, Illidan's farm is completely insane.
Is that all down to Koikfa's kind of rough start? You know, like we were talking about how difficult it would be for VP to farm.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like, Koikfa was heavily relied on this game, I think, to have a really big mid-game influence.
Yeah.
He just got set on by Skywrath. Like, what are you supposed to do? You need a bailout somehow from somebody on the team. And the thing is, Phoenix is a lane dominator, but if he's not able to dominate his lanes, his mid-game transition is relatively weak, I would say. And I think they picked it into his Skywrath.
They did, yes.
So they knew that the Skywrath was going to be in lane, and they still decided to run it. But Illidan, going forward here, he's going to find Pycat with his Sphere. They're going to drop the ulti on him from the Skywrath as well. He dies immediately. They're also going to be able to take out EGM, stampeding forward Bulba. He's going to get Yules here. Are they going to be able to do anything to save him? Get skewed forward. Shockwave is there. Lil picks up a double.
And, all right. So the 2 heroes that remain are the 2 heroes that bought back?
I guess so.
So if they die now,
I don't know what you're supposed to do at this point if you're a Team Tinker.
It's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
I mean, they just don't have any farm. They have 3 heroes who basically have nothing. And Koikfa is supposed to be like the playmaker right now, and he's worth less than the offlane Centaur.
Yeah, I think you look to Storm in games like this. It's not really over until it's over, like, kind of. Because of the way it works now, like, if you get a few pickoffs, you can actually get the experience back in your favor.
Yeah. I mean, for Koikfa, he kind of needs, like, a BKB and a Hex. Like, a BKB and another item is what he needs to be relevant. Yeah. And that's a ton of money. Like, you have to win 2 really big fights.
Like, is a BKB even going to do that much against double RP?
Well, he needs BKB against
double
Sky.
Chronosphere?
If you don't have BKB against Sky on Storm, and you're the one who has to initiate, at the very least, you're forcing them to RP you, or you're forcing them to sphere
you. Look at Mag's position here.
Yeah. He knows what's going down.
I want that golden bird.
I mean, Team Tinker are also playing completely blind. They have no vision at all. They don't know that Roshan's going on, although they might have a hunch. Mag is going to find an RP on Sing here. Auto attacks out of the Invis and gets a very nice combo off that pretty much secures the fact that his team's going to get Roshan. His Team Tinker not able to really find much at the moment.
Ogre Aegis. Because Illidan has no space. Like.
Okay. I mean, this is a refresher on Illidan. He's got the money, I think. Or very close to it. Oh, they're going to find DK Phobos here. This is a pretty good pickup.
Okay.
Oh, RP going to hit on 2. Lil, he's going to throw out the ulti as well on top of Koikfa. The Storm's already down. Earth Splitter actually going to do a decent amount of damage to Lil and FNG. A Sphere landing on pretty much just Bulba. He's going to be sacrificing his own life here. Looks like EGM is able to TP away. Pycat trying to find his way out of this fight. He's going to TP on the high ground. Should be able to get away.
That's where you A-click uphill.
Yeah, I mean, if you know he's TPing,